Hey y'all, Ali from Little Hill Homestead. I apologize if you are not from the US, but here we are all in full gear for getting ready for Thanksgiving. And we decided to do our Thanksgiving a little bit early this year so that we could show you guys our favorite recipes. So, originally I was going to do one long video, and then I decided, nah, I'll just do little quick videos. So, I'm probably going to be posting 5 days this week to get through. I don't know how many videos we're going to end up being, but we'll be posting extra content this week for you guys for Thanksgiving. So, first recipe we're going to be bringing you guys is cranberries, our cranberries. So I grew up with a very similar recipe to this, where Shawn's family grew up with the can of cranberries. And as a kid, I liked that because it reminded me of Jello. If I can fit that one in, I will show you guys how we make a homemade version of that. But we're going to be showing you the cranberry, the other version, like the chunks of cranberry, and it's delicious and all that. So I have a pot here. This one you want to do, you can do it a couple days before, but you definitely want to do it beforehand because it needs time to chill and set up. So there you guys go. I have half of a cup of water and half of a cup of orange juice, or we always keep frozen orange juice concentrate, even though it's getting really hard to find, in our freezer. And we just keep it in there. And so this is a scoop of orange juice concentrate and water going in the pot. You, by the way, can leave the orange juice out. My mom didn't add oranges. I know some people do orange zest as well. Not a huge fan of that. So I do orange juice so you get a little bit of flavor, but not overly orange juicy. To that, we're going to be adding 1 cup of sugar. The way this jellies is the sugar. So I have not tried it with alternative options. I've heard some people do it with honey. I don't know if it works, you guys. It'll be more soupy and less set if you use a sugar alternative. So for me, I like to add a little bit of brown sugar, but we make our own brown sugar. And so instead, I do 1 cup of white sugar, and I do a little bit of molasses, like a teaspoon and a half. I just do a drizzle. If you want to do brown sugar that you already have, do half and half. So half a cup of white sugar and half a cup of brown sugar. Me, I just do a little drizzle of this. I say like a teaspoon and a half, but really it kind of just ends up being whatever I put in there. That's probably good right there. We, by the way, love this. This is the old-fashioned molasses from Azure Standard. It's our favorite molasses. I go through a jar really, really quickly because we do use it in a lot of recipes. So that's your base ingredients. We are going to give that a little stir, and we're going to bring it to a boil. This, like I said, this is why you want to do it a day before, because this is going to boil down and cook, and you want it to go in the fridge and get cold again to really firm up and be lovely. So my favorite way to use this, growing up, I said, my mom always bought me the can because I was not a fan of this. As an adult, I really like it. So, it's one of those weird ones, but I love to use it the next day on our turkey sandwiches. So I use this with a little bit of mayonnaise and turkey and some bread, and yum. Anyways, as soon as this comes to a boil, you're going to put 12 ounces of cranberries. I buy the fresh bagged cranberries. You can use from frozen as well. Like Azure Standard sells the frozen cranberries. They let off a little more liquid, so dilute your liquid a little more if you're going to use frozen. I have fresh. What I did is I dumped it in here and I strained it off. I looked for anything that looked funky, mushy, or a little off, and took those ones out. The rest of them are going to go right into the pot. So with cranberries, what you are doing with them, let me bring you in so you can see what it looks like. So currently, sorry, I'm going to make you dizzy, they are whole cranberries, just in liquid. As you cook them, the longer you cook them, they actually will pop and then start to break down. And that's what we're going to start doing. So we're going to let this cook for 10 to 15 minutes. And the longer you cook it, the more set it will be. So I like to actually do mine for a little bit longer. So let me bring this to a boil, and I'm going to do check-ins with you as we go so you can see what it looks like. Boom. Anyways, we'll be back in a few minutes. I will show you what this looks like, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoy our crazy Thanksgiving day. I got started a little late. It's actually 1 PM right now on the day we're eating this, so I'm hoping that we're good. But I can hear these already start to pop. You'll hear them just like boo, 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 boo. It's, you know. Anyways, okay, I'll be back in a few minutes to show you guys where we've gone. I'm going to bring you in. They're popping. Let's hear. You hear it? Okay, I'll be right back, guys. All right, you guys, it's been like 5 minutes. You can see the cranberries are really like starting to like break down and get like delicious, and it's thickened way up, you guys. We're almost there. I like to do it just a little bit extra. Let me back you up and not steam your face. I like to do it a little bit extra just so that I like my cranberries thick. I don't want them runny. I like them more jellied, which is why it's called cranberry jelly. Anyways, couple more minutes and this will be done. But see how it's just breaking down? If you want to use a potato masher to really get in there and break these down so they're almost like non-existent, you can totally do that as well. I just kind of push them against the edge with the back of my spoon to pop any of those like more whole looking ones. A couple more minutes and we'll be ready. We'll be done. All right, guys, we are there. Do you see how thick, like when you scoop it, it kind of takes a while to fill back in the gap? That's kind of where I like to end up. This did take about 15 minutes, and I did pop any of the remaining ones against the edge so that it's pretty like mutilated. That's a great word, right? Anyways, let me back you guys up. So that's it, you guys. Cranberries are really easy. I'm hoping I'm right side up. I just realized my camera's upside down. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, we're good. Okay. The last thing you need is me upside down. I just use a small dish. This can be doubled really easily, but a little goes a long way with cranberries. People don't take a huge quantity of it. So I'm just going to pop it in this dish. Easy, easy. Easy as pie, which is going to be our next recipe. And all I do, and I have something underneath this just so it doesn't shock your bowl. So I just have a hot pad underneath it. And that is it, you guys. All right. First recipe is done. I'll just set that to the side, but let me show you what it looks like. There you guys go. Is that not beautiful? I will show you what it looks like. I'll do a final reveal of all of our food at the very end. Our last video for our Thanksgiving series. So I will show you what it looks like when it's firmed up. But basically, I just put a piece of plastic wrap over this and pop it in the refrigerator. And that is it. If you have one of our bowl covers, that can pop on there too really easily. It's not in there long term, so I don't worry too much. But you can make this a couple days before, and it will be super easy just to pull out when you guys are ready to eat. Anyways, here's recipe number 1. I think tomorrow for you guys is going to be pumpkin pie or sweet potato souffle. I'm not sure which. Just depends on what I get going next. Oh, stuffing. I got to get my stuffing going too. Anyways, we're all over the place. Join us. See you tomorrow.